too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you at the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. They be taking everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, for rock Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Winston. He's going to fire one deep over them. They've got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well-organized, well-coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Do something.
Here's Newton now on second down. Steps away to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
You're not going anywhere, man. What are you doing? You can't get past me. You're being hold that. Hey, hey. Set. 180. 20. Hey, hey. Express.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Gun. Do something. Hey, hey. What is...
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Here we go. Hey, hey. Do something.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Hey, hey. Hey, get right down. Get right there. Get right there.
From the 50, Newton. Flushed out right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
To throw on second down is Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Newton now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Well, I think this is a free play for Newton. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Gun. 20. Set. 180. 20.
Newton now to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go, fellas.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go
20.
on third down.
Do some. Ready. 180.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flush to his right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So after the penalty, they're back to where they started, 3rd and 10.
Gun. Here we go, set. 180. Hey. Hey. 20.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive. Culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter.
Let's convert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go now. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Now Jameis on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. From the gun, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Ready. Black 22. Hey,
Jameis again. Throw left side complete. It's Howard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
ready. You ready.
From the red zone now, Winston escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now they try the right side here. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run here with John Kelly. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Do something. Hey.
On first down, it's Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Do some. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, get right down. Get right down. Get right down. Gun.
Now Newton on 1st down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now.
Do some.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it.
Do some. Gun.
They snap it to Newton. And that is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Keller. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the Panthers coming out now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up first and 10. Newton on first down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And now it's second down. From the 21, it's second and 10.
Do some. Express. Right there to 3.
On second and 10, Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Set. 180.
A final shot before the break. Newton being chased out left. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, get right there.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton forced out to his left. Now he's going to... This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton. And they're not able to hook
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Hey, get right there. Get right there.
Second and 10. Newton again. Flushed out right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready. Blue ready. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Ready, trouble safe.
Jameis to throw it. He's got Evans. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now they'll run it on the toss. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second down, Winston. Now he steps away. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And that's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, get right down. Greg. Hey!
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey. Gun.
From the gun, Newton flush to his right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Dancing to his left. That's Samuel, caught left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Motion. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
That's it. 180. Gun. Hey! Hey, get right down. Get right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, Newton. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
So out come the Bucs now. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now a 2nd down. Evans has it left side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Jameis on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Ready? Blue ready. Hey, stop. Follow. Hey,
Jameis again. Buying time to his left. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. They'll look to set up his blockers. Shifts by him. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. A big third down play there for the Panthers. 66 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch, and it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does a defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, past the 20, 10, and he nearly takes it the whole way. But he stopped at the 4-yard line.
All praises for a tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now Newton. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
Hey.
One last throw here for Newton. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Buccaneers, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall to 3 with a loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 up right now, I'm two, on one day on my third, I was 2 broke, now I'm 2 rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, no, I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time, we was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we 2 up right now. I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 up right now, yeah.